Okay, this is how we probe some respirators, and we're going to talk about the best way of doing it so that you don't have to waste a respirator and then reprobe it again. So when you probe a respirator, you want to make sure that it is probed where it's not pushing on the person's nose or the chin or the lips. Because what happens is when it's connected and it starts pulling into the machine and it pushes on the nose, it'll stop up the airflow, and all of a sudden now you'll hear the motor or the pump inside of it starts going, and that's going to cause some problems with the machine. So we want to make sure that the probe is properly placed on a respirator. With the specific respirators, it's going to be different in whether it's 3M or Lighthouse or Scott or a Halyard or any other type of respirator. You have also these formed respirators that we're going to need, and I'll show you how to probe these as well. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and take our probing tool. Now once again, remember, this is magnetized. The easiest way to take it is to break it to the side and take it off. If you try and pull it up, it can be really hard because the magnets are very strong. Also be aware there is the pin in the middle here. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit lower, other times it will be sticking a little high depending on where the spring is at. So just be aware of that. You need to protect yourself from that. Then we also need the washers and our probes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that probe tool, we're going to take one of the probes, and it's going to be the tip side up, flat side down. It's going to go over the pin that's inside of the base tool. Then we're going to take one of these washers, and on the top of the tool, you'll see there's a beveled area. You're going to put the bevel side down of the washer. Then we're going to take one of our respirators, whatever new respirator you're going to use. I'm using a 3M 9205 Plus right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to open it up, as you can see. And where the 3M is at on this specific mask, we're going to try and do it right below the 3M part, which is going to put it between the tip of our nose and the vermilion line of our lip. So that's going to be clear. So like I said, you're not going to be pushing on your nose, you're not going to be pushing on your chin. We're going to set that onto the little pin. Then we're going to take the top. Like I said, it's magnetized. It'll stick to that point. And then we're going to push down till it clips. You're going to break it off. And you now have a perfectly probed mask. I'm going to show you on a formed respirator. Now this one is, it's pretty solid, so when you do probes like this, what you want to do is you want to make sure where it is on your facial structure. So if you use one of these and you put it over your nose, you can kind of get an idea of where your nose is at inside of this respirator. A lot of respirators are different sizes, so you're going to have to figure out the best and most accurate location for that. On this one, it seems to be right almost at the very front of the respirator. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take a probe. I'm going to put it on the tip side up, flat side down. I'm going to take a washer. Once again, bevel side down on the top. Then I'm going to take the respirator, and I'm going to set it where I can feel where that tip is at, right in the center of the respirator. Once again, it's magnetized. I'm going to push down. You'll feel it clip, break it off, and you now have a perfectly probed respirator.